So I brought some slides. And yeah, as Oliver said, I have been in Silicon Valley for about 8 years and through 3 startups. And he asked me to share some of the experience and lessons learned during that time. Richard asked me earlier, how did these 3 startups do? Did they fail? Did they go well? Did they sell? And I answered, it's all of the above. So let's start with the first. Some of you may know Jaja. It's a voice over IP telecommunications company, and this was our office in Vienna. It started out in Vienna, Austria, and we had a small Skype-like client, and we launched it, and we just celebrated our first 20,000 users. And what happened somewhere far away is that a Sequoia Capital partner saw somebody on the airplane using our Jaja client, and he asked the person, "What are you doing there? What's the software that you're using?" And he replied that it was Jaja. And shortly afterwards, they contacted us. They came to Vienna, and a week later, we had $1 million on our bank account, and we moved to Silicon Valley. So that was my ticket through Sequoia, also to the Silicon Valley. Sorry. You all know this city. We built up an office over here, raised over $33 million. One part of it came also from T Ventures. Bernhard is here tonight. And we grew the company mainly in the B2B space. And yeah, it was quite a ride. I was with it from before launch all the way to the acquisition. So this is the company that actually made it. And it was bought in 2009 by O2 Telefonica for $207 million. And during that time, a lot of the VoIP companies didn't make it. And yeah, we were lucky that we grew a product that actually had value with the big voice over IP telecommunications backend that lots of companies were using. So then we did a company called Talent House. This was our Palo Alto office. We moved all our operations to Los Angeles, and I didn't want to move down there and stayed over here. And so the Talent House is still going, raised over $15 million so far, and yeah, I hope that it continues to do well. I'm still in touch with the team and the founder, but this one is still up and running. Coming to the third startup, which is SWIP, which was a measuring sentiment on a global basis. What do people think about products and people, places, and so on, and creating a predictive algorithm and being able to tell which parts of the world think positively or negatively about a certain person or product. In the end, it didn't work out, and we just shut it down a few weeks ago. And I can go into that later a little bit more, what didn't work out. But I'm also going into the lessons learned during those about 10 years. Very important, and all of you know that, is to find your product market fit, to really test and validate your idea with real customers. Not just asking a few co-founders or friends, but really getting your product out there and not waiting for too long. We have to build products for the future. So we don't want to solve today's problems, but we want to solve future problems. And for that, we have to be innovative and look into the future to solve tomorrow's problems. You only have a certain amount of time every day to spend on your idea and your startup. So you should think in big terms and revolutionizing an industry or building an industry and growing something, it's the same amount of time that you will spend with it, and you will be better off thinking big. Hiring is one of the most common tips and lessons learned for many startups. It's absolutely crucial. It defines your culture, and you should hire the best people, because at some point they will hire other people, and you want to build the team that helps you realize your vision. A lot of companies try to add features to their products, building a little bit over here and there, and that was in the end also the downfall of Swift. We built some cool features into our apps, but in the end, the core value proposition, keeping people from actually coming back, using the app every day, and providing value to them is what you need to build. It's not about the features. Keep it simple and build something that people want to use. This came from a good friend of mine, and he was saying that you should always trust your gut feeling as well. It's important that you don't neglect. If you have the feeling that a business deal or a business partner is not the right one for you, it's probably the right feeling and you should listen to it. Startups are not easy. You want it to be hard. And the reason is that you are tackling a problem now, and it's a tough problem, and you will hopefully succeed. And others shied away from going that route. And that's the reason why you will be able to get where you want to. It's not an easy or short way to make money. A startup takes time, and you should be in it for the long haul. It takes 4 or 5 years to really build a startup. All the big ones that we know and have been acquired have been around for many years, and it's not just a year's turnaround or so. You have to be in it and work hard to get there. Revenues are important. Keep that in mind. A lot of startups and companies still build products for consumers and then say that they will think about revenue later. But it's best to keep that in mind from the very beginning. We grew Jaja a lot on PR, and it used to work, but it doesn't work the way it used to anymore. You now have to think in more analytical terms and customer acquisition strategies. So don't waste your time and money on a PR agency. It's much more important that you build a product that people really want. Selling your idea is not only crucial when you pitch to investors, but whenever you talk to a customer as well. And especially founders need to find a good way and a precise way to present their own company. This is one of the really important lessons that will help you grow your word of mouth and make your company succeed. It's the early adopters, the fans, the advocates that you should honor, engage, and take care of, and that will really make your company go big and succeed. And it was a very important part at Jaja as well, especially on the consumer side. And the word of mouth part was absolutely essential. We just talked about this earlier. This is kind of the new approach of marketing and tackling startups as well. It's a constant and healthy loop of testing, refining, measuring, and keeping on building those tests. And if you're unsure about how something will turn out with your customers, do an A/B or multivariate test and see how they react and build upon that. the Silicon Valley is a small, close-knit network, and yeah, don't ever get into bad-mouthing other companies or founders. It will usually come full circle and bite you later. It's take care of your relationships, build relationships, networking, and don't be a dick. And this is something that I recently talked to a small company, and they talked to Jason Calacanis, which is a very well-known entrepreneur over here, and he told them, oh, what you guys are doing is total crap, you have to change it, and this is what you guys should do. And because he has so much experience, they thought that that is what they should do. And they did. And in the end, they lost track of their original vision. So you know your product best. Don't get sidetracked easily. Believe in your vision and keep building what you envisioned in the first place. Take all the advice with a grain of salt. It's always yeah, listen to it, but draw your own conclusions at the end. So now, build your company and launch it and get out there. Yeah, I spend most of my time online, and I'm very present out there. So please connect with me, and yeah, thank you so much.